Peasant Productions presents the Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. I did some talk here about, getting supplies and heritage seeds and stuff up into space. And I also did some talking about why IBM computer, Apple computer, Microsoft operating system, Apple's operating system is not what we want in space. You want to be able to repair stuff. You want to be able to fix stuff. You don't want to have to sit there and wait for, a 4-day message to go back to the planet and come back and say, okay, yeah, you're authorized to start up a new computer to keep your life support running. Okay? We want Linux, we want open source, we want stuff that people can learn how to program, deal with the programming, write what they need, wherever they are, whenever they are. We do not want these pathetic, absolute pathetic, greedy monopoly systems in space. And one of these is GMOs, okay? And it's very simple. Something you really, really need to stop and think about. I keep talking about how build something like the space station here, here's my little tiny drawing, something like that space station, where you build a, you build one of the shuttles here, where you build a raft. In every situation, I'm always talking about how you want to have something that can be used to patch holes, that is so simple and so quick, and an epoxy type of stuff, that a 2 to 5-year-old child can be taught how to do it. What are you going to do if you're in the kitchen cooking and your little kid's in the nursery playing around with his toys or her toys, and a micrometer goes through his room? The door seals down, the kid's inside, you're in the kitchen, sealed down, you can't get to the kid. Okay, the kid needs to know how to patch his own room, okay? So if you are Apple or Microsoft or IBM or United States government, United States military mentality, oh, the heck with it, the kid's collateral damage. We don't want people to understand how to take care of themselves. They just live or die according to what we need done. So we're going to control everything. We're not going to let you know how to do anything. GMO seeds are the same problem, okay? Here in the planet's atmosphere, you could probably be on an island and, North American continent is probably not going to get pollen into the South American continent. However, you have no guarantee of that. The same as you have no guarantee that sand from the Arabian desert does not blow all the way across the Atlantic Ocean and up into North America. Yeah. So that's why I say your GMO is totally loose on a planet that is so full of mutation product that you no longer have any understanding or any ideas or any conceivable ability of knowing what your GMOs are going to do. Every last one of those GMOs released, whether it's Atlantic salmon, it's corn, it's rapeseed, it's all the same stuff, having been altered by people who are greedy, who did not have any ability to do any kind of long-term testing. GMO seeds are never tested more than a couple of years of crops, and that's it. That's why these crops that Monsanto are doing up in Washington and do so good, and then they ship them out to other parts of the world and destroy those other countries' heritage seeds, are finding that those crops are failing in those other countries. The production is so low. The levels of stuff they do are so low. So what ends up happening? You're literally destroying your food supply with stuff that you cannot control. In space, yes, you can control it. You can have a planetoid satellite there of your own with all of your GMO experiments you want, and everything is contained in there because no pollen is going to go transferring from space station GMO to space station heritage unless somebody purposely does it, or somebody is so careless and callous that they go walking through the middle of a bunch of pollinating flowers and pollinating corn on GMO, and then without changing clothes or doing anything to clean themselves, they go across to the heritage one and walk through there shaking themselves and letting all that possible pollen back out. They would have to purposely do it. Now you also, like I just pointed out, you need the kids to know how to patch a room. You also need to be able to sit there, and if half of your space station just got smashed by a 10-pound meteorite, and on the far side of that you had all of this, you had all of this GMO production, and you got your seeds for your garden on the side that didn't get destroyed. You don't have access back into that seed. That seed is probably destroyed by the accident. Things of this sort. You no longer have viable product, because whatever you're growing is not going to produce viable seed 99% of the time, and you don't know what you're going to get because it's a GMO, and it's going to reposition itself however. So you are going to literally destroy your own food supply if you start bringing GMO up. You're going to destroy your own food supply if you're using GMO salmon and GMO lamb and GMO pork and GMO cattle up on these satellites, and you have to always go running back to that one supplier, even though it is very logical to understand that that one supplier can get wiped out, so you have nothing and you got nowhere to go. Like I said, if you're on a planetoid satellite and you're running heritage and you got a few seeds, you know those seeds can be planted. Those plants that grow will produce new seed, and you will be able to continue to propagate whatever you need, whether it's plants for oxygen, plants for fresh air, plants to have pretty flowers, plants to have food, plants to make your plastics and stuff like that, bamboo for your bamboo and hemp and stuff like that for the fibers and the wood product and all the thousands of things you can do with it. If that's all GMO, you're in trouble, because you got to go back there. But if it's all heritage, you just simply have to take one little piece, one little plant, and continue it, and you're continuing whatever you had, and you have a chance to survive. Your entire planet is dead because of this. There is nothing you can do to stop the dying off of your oceans. Your oceans are your food chain. Your oceans are your oxygen conversion chain. Your plankton is dying because of all the stuff going on. And what do we have? The United States government running around saying, oh, CO2 is not bad, and it's all about CO2. And like I said, you call up an SO2 map, and it's instantly aware that the worst extreme weather is happening where the most SO2, coal oil, yeah, petrodollar, control the oil and petrol system, control coal, which is a petrol product, petrochemical product, it was just dug out of the ground and set somewhere to burn. Yeah, your entire planet is diseased and poisoned by greedy people, and your whole thing is to talk about not paying attention, not looking at facts. The idea that carbon fiber is extremely special, when somebody walks up and says, well, actually, you can make carbon fiber out of anything. You can put, you can go pick up scrap plastic and make carbon fiber. You can make carbon fiber derivatives out of other stuff that are just the same. But you've got this monopoly being built by an petrol oil company that says, oh, no. Only us and only our way. Monopoly after monopoly after monopoly, simply to kill you. Simply to own you. In that same area, stop and consider the drugs. The big pharmacy, Pfizer and Bayer and these people, they create the drugs, and especially the psychotropic drugs that they give to people that they declare mentally insane, are physically designed by the industry to cause addiction. Literally, they are all set to disrupt the body's chemical balance. They almost all of them on their medical data sheets say, do not just stop taking this drug. Get advice of your doctor to be taken off carefully. You will suffer if you stop taking this drug. If you walk out the door and stop taking this drug after you've been taking it for about 30 days or so, or even less in some cases, you will go through a series of chemical changes in your body that will be permanent, so that you are permanently addicted to some kind of drug by Big Pharma. Again, we don't want that up in space. I don't care if people grow pot, I don't care if people grow heroin, opium poppies and stuff like that there, but stop and consider. I can walk away from somebody smoking a joint in front of me because I'm not addicted to the stuff. I like the stuff. I have medical reasons for wanting a very good painkiller, and CBD is very good and very quick acting. I also know my oregano oils, my clove oils, my ginger, my curcuma. These all help too. So I can go anywhere in the world and I can be legal and not have to care about being the drug addict. You're alcoholic, you're drug addicts. I have watched drug addicts literally sit there and shoot themselves up with water because they don't have any drugs and they don't have any money and they don't have anybody to steal from, and they've just got to get high. So they go get their needle and they fill it full of water and they give themselves a shot of water. And they get turned on by the idea of giving themselves a shot. What do you think is going to happen if the drug addict is sitting in here, or the alcoholic is sitting in this room, and the next room over is the vacuum of space, totally void of any survivability, and 50 feet beyond that is the entrance to the next room where the drug addict or the alcoholic supply is? Yeah. History shows that the drug addict and the alcoholic will try and open this door to the vacuum, to go across the vacuum, to open up the other door and expose that room to the vacuum in order to get their drugs or their alcohol. They are consistent in killing anybody, including themselves. That's why there's a high suicide. That's why there are high overdose rates. Because they have gotten to the idea of just simply getting high, and they don't care about life. And, hey, if it kills me, it kills me. That's fine, I'm dead. Okay? So go learn what drug addicts actually think and do, and then stop and realize why the United States government creates a pharmaceutical industry that literally puts food coloring and stuff in your foods and chemicals in your foods that in the 1930s was shown to cause cancer and mental issues and Alzheimer's and ADHD and all this kind of stuff. And the United States government buries the fact that fluoride was a rat poison, literally, decon rat killer, has fluoride in it, folks. Yeah, sodium fluoride was a insect and rat poison in 1930 and now. In 1940s, it drops off the shelf, it drops out of stuff, and in 1950s, you have suddenly the United States government, everybody's got to brush their teeth. Fluoride's so good, we're putting fluoride in all the water. All your food, brush your teeth out 3 times a day. Eat mince with fluoride, and always put fluoride in your mouth. It's great stuff. Very interesting, isn't it? From poison to great stuff in a matter of a couple of years. You want heritage seeds. You don't want monopolies. You want to be able to survive. You want workstations and repair stations. Think about that. The International Space Station is huge. There have been all kinds of stuff going on to it. They have constantly, throughout their history, had logical problems, leaks and things to repair and stuff like that. And yet NASA and the military have continuously refused to put anything that even remotely resembles a workshop to create survivability of those people up in space. Everything must be brought from the planet at huge expense, at huge delays. In some cases, it is months before they can get anything up there because nothing is ready. And that is why I say, I can give you Occupy ISS because it's the only thing that's going to keep you alive from this is getting people off the planet. No amount of filtration on this planet is going to save you from this. So you don't have the ability to create this stuff. Your government is telling you that it can regulate gods and it can regulate, planetary cycles and it can regulate all kinds of stuff. And they don't have any facts to back it up. And like the 9/11 people, but you have to understand 3,000 people were killed in the Twin Towers. So physical fact is missing. Logical understanding is missing. And, I don't know what the heck to say. You need to think.